There's a bag style that has been popular and then unpopular and back and forth over the decades. Currently, it is popular again. It has been for a few years, and I have resisted this style for quite a while. I'll tell you why in a minute. However, I just realized that over the past year or so, I have been buying this style without really noticing, and now I have several of them. So in this video, I'm going to show you the bags that I have, and I'll tell you about several other bags in this style that are currently available if you're looking for one. And they range from about $50 to about $3,000 across brands such as Bagu and Coach and Louis Vuitton and Chanel. There's a little something for everyone here. And it's got me wondering, is this style here to stay? Or will it continue on this pattern of popular, unpopular, and back and forth? I'm curious to hear your thoughts, so stay tuned. And welcome, I'm Autumn Beckman, and I'm here to help you live your most luxurious life within your budget. I post new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those and so you don't miss my daily community posts where I share the best sales of the day and fabulous handbags that I find. Also, don't miss my website, autumnbeckman.com/shop. That's where you'll find handbags and accessories I have for sale, as well as the My Handbag Collection Organizer. These are planner pages that I've designed to help you organize and curate your handbags and your life. The item tracker page is the heart of the planner. This is where you can record everything you'd want to know about your handbags and your small goods. I also have wish list pages, purchase trackers, temptation trackers, shipment trackers, all kinds of trackers. Pages that help you record and analyze how you're using your items and how often, as well as a variety of calendar pages and different layouts so you can find what works best for you. Great for back to school right now. I just noticed there's an empty spot on my shelf. That bag is in the other room because I'm doing something with it at the moment. So the bag style we're talking about today are crescent-shaped bags. Now, these are also known as hobo bags or sling bags, but both of those terms can be used for other bags, which are not what I'm talking about. So I'm going to stick with the term crescent because I'm talking about a very particular shape of bag. Bags that are curved along the bottom, but also curved along the top. Some of them are handheld, some are shoulder carry, some are crossbody, some are convertible to be any of those. And this is not a new trend right now. It's been around for a few years. The first one that I remember noticing and thinking, oh, that's coming back in style, was the Louis Vuitton Loop bag. Do any of you have this? What do you think of it? I remember when they first came out with the gold and silver ones with the flowers all over them. I loved that look. But of course they have the plain monogram, and I was recently looking at them, and they also have them in leather and some in empreinte with the monogram debossed into the leather. And that bag I wasn't particularly interested in, but another one shortly after that that did catch my eye was the Fendi Fendigraphy with the word Fendi across the bottom in these giant bold gold letters. I love the look of that bag so much. It was one that I wanted until I saw it in person. For me, I just didn't find it comfortable to wear. I wish that the strap was a little longer, but so many people love that bag. And I'll have some examples of both of those linked in the description box below, along with everything else I'm talking about today. So if you see anything that catches your eye, you can go down and check that out. I'll try to remember to put it in a pinned comment as well, so it's even easier for you to find all this stuff. And even if I mention a luxury brand label that you feel like, oh, there's no way I can afford that, it'll be so out of my price range, check anyway, because some of the ones I'm telling you about are pre-loved and the prices are a lot better, so it might surprise you. So let's get started with the bags that I have that meet this criteria of the curved top and bottom crescent style. And then we'll take a look at the other ones I found. The first, and if you've been watching my channel lately, this might be the first that comes to your mind because I keep showing these, is the crescent bag from Bagu. So curved bottom, curved top, and this is a symmetrical. Most of these bags are going to be symmetrical, but I have a couple to show you that aren't. This strap is fully adjustable, so it can be shoulder, handheld, crossbody, you name it. This is the medium size in the color aquamarine, I think. And they offer these in solid colors as well as several prints, and even some that have embroidered designs. Bagu also just released a Hello Kitty collection, so if you're into them, I will link that below as well. I also recently picked up this crescent-shaped bag from MZ Wallace. This is in the color walnut, and this has large quilting in a nylon material. Really beautiful. Here's a spin of it. This has 3 straps, all of which are removable. I like this short leather strap, but it has a crossbody strap as well and a gold chain strap. And this comes with a pouch. And the last time I showed this video, I mentioned that MZ Wallace had taken it down from the website, but I do have 2 places where I found this available, so those will be linked below. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, I said that I was resistant to this style of bag for a long time. The reason for that is at one point I had a saddle bag that had a curved bottom, and when I put my things in it, they just kind of fell everywhere. And I was thinking I really prefer a flat bottom so things will stay in place. But what I've been doing with these crescent bags is carrying things in pouches. In most of my bags, I carry things in my Louis Vuitton pochette accessoire and my Louis Vuitton mini pochette. However, in these crescent bags, I found it more helpful to use the MZ Wallace pouches that come with a lot of the MZ Wallace bags. And the reason for that is the Louis Vuitton pouches have more structure, and these are just flat nylon pouches with no structure at all, so they conform to that roundness of the bag a little better. And in terms of practicality, I just feel like that works better for me. So I will link a place where you can get these by themselves without having to buy a bag with it, so check that out below too. Now those 2 bags I've shown on my channel before, but I do have a few to show you today that are part of my collection that I've never shown you before, and this is one of them. This bag is from Fendi. It's one of their Selleria bags, which means this is just super soft, squishy, amazing leather. And the Selleria bags directly from Fendi are some of their most expensive bags. They're handmade, hand-stitched. They have some sterling silver details, very high quality leather. But on the Preloved market, for some reason, they do not hold their value. So you can find amazing prices on these. Now this particular one I may sell at some point because the color just isn't quite right for me, and I think I'll look for it in a different color, but I still wanted to show it to you because what a great little bag. And then here it is on the shoulder, very comfortable, soft, smushy, wonderful lusciousness. I'll find what I can of this bag below. It does have a name and I forget what it is. I'm gonna do a video on these at some point because I have a few other Selleria bags to share too. But I'll find some, I'll link them below. I did find this one, which is very similar, but it has the Fendi Selleria logo debossed on the front and a woven handle. It's gorgeous and it's available. Check it out. And one of my favorites, of course, is from Coach. And it's part of a particular line of Coach bags that when I was in grad school, these were out. They had been released, they were in Coach stores, and there was a tote in this line that I used to go visit in the store. And there was no way I'd ever be able to afford it because it was like $400 and I barely had $10. And I got that tote at one point just in the past couple years and I didn't love it as much. But there was another bag from that line that I did love and wanted to give a try, and it happens to be the Crescent. This is the Coach Dylan Crescent bag. I think they actually call it a hobo. And I'll bring this one a little closer because it has beautiful details. You can see here it has that half circle buckle, so that means it's part of the Soho line. It also has these squared off leather details here. And what I love the most is this braided handle. It's so gorgeous. Here's the hang tag. And then here is a look at this thick, pebbled leather and all the little details with the stitching. Just gorgeous. And I love that one so much. I recently picked up this one, which I didn't realize, and it may not even look like it here, is smaller than the Dylan. I know this bag comes in 2 sizes. I think this one does too. So that's something to keep in mind when you're shopping for one of these. Let me bring this closer. This also has the Soho buckle, and instead of the braided handle, it has the whip stitching or the lacing. And this one has these leather floral details and all these studs across the front, and then some of that on the back as well. And here's just a little bit of a spin. Here's the hang tag and the zipper pull. And this next bag I feel like isn't quite a Crescent bag. The Coach Soho shoulder bag, and just about everybody's familiar with these. This also comes in 2 sizes. This is the larger one. Great bag. I'll have some of these linked below too in case you're interested. Now this next brand you probably haven't heard of, but I have another bag from them and I've been very impressed with the quality. So when I saw this bag on clearance, and it's still available on clearance, so I'll link it in both colors below, I had to give it a try. And it is from Thacker, and it's their Crescent bag. I didn't have a black one from Bagu yet, and I wanted to try a Crescent bag that had a little bit more structure than the Bagu ones, so I thought this would be perfect. It's also a little bigger than the medium Bagus. So this is all nylon. It has that little logo there, and this removable rubber bag charm logo. 2 zipper pulls. It's padded, so you've got a little extra protection, and a fully adjustable strap. Very practical, easy to wear, and it looks nice. Now this next bag is maybe a little bit of a stretch to put in the crescent bag category. However, in a recent video I did on MZ Wallace bags, quite a few of you mentioned this bag to me. Well, you mentioned this bag from Free People, but this one is a look-alike that I got elsewhere. And I'll talk about this one in more detail in my video on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. But this is a larger option if you like the sort of crescent bag-ish shape, but you need something bigger. There's this. The Free People bag is called the Quilted Carry-All, and it's basically identical to this. Zipper on top, 2 zippers on the side. It's quilted, and then it has this long strap which fits on your shoulder. Now I went and looked at the Free People bag in person. I wasn't impressed with it, to be honest, but I can't say that surprised me after the last video I did about Free People. If you didn't see that, I will link it below for you. And they advertise, if I remember that correctly, they advertise that bag as being crossbody. You can only wear that bag crossbody if you are quite tiny. This one actually is crossbody. I can prove it. You see there. So this one will go crossbody on most people. And the one I got is this kind of mauvey purple color, which Free People had one of at some point and it sold out, and now if you can even find one, they're very expensive. This one is not. So I will link this particular one below in case you're interested. And come back Saturday for more details. So that's a lot, right? How did I not know that I was getting so many of those bags in the same basic shape? All of that bag gathering, and it just occurred to me. So let's look at some other options much more quickly. We'll start with the luxury brands and then move to contemporary and then to the most affordable. We already talked about the Louis Vuitton Loop and the Fendi Fendigraphy. There's also this Fendi Half Moon Baguette. And oh gosh, I just found this bag. Okay, this one may not be available immediately. If you go to the link on this and it says anything other than sold, keep checking back like tomorrow and it may be available for you. And it's a very good price. This isn't quite a crescent bag either, but it has all the curviness. It's just more asymmetrical. It's called the Oyster bag from Fendi. But this particular one has this spider web design on the front, and I know there are a lot of people who are already preparing for the fall and Halloween, and I thought somebody out there is gonna wanna know about this bag because it's too cool. So that's linked below. There's also the Gucci Attaché, and a lot of these bags come in different colors and textures. And I found 2 I love from Chanel. This Chanel Hobo in brown, I love this. I love how casual it is. People think of Chanel and they think the quilted leather, the Chanel classic flaps. Chanel has so many other things that aren't so stuffy. They're very casual and not what people think of when they think of Chanel. So there's that one. There's also this Hobo in pink. If you're interested in vintage Coach, the Wooster, not Rooster, but Wooster with a W, is one to keep an eye out for. There's also the Coach Ergo Hobo. Coach has a ton of crescent style bags throughout Coach history, so you can use these as a jumping point and keep looking too. More recently, there's also the Coach Luna. I found some that have been restored in a pink, a yellow, and a blue. The Coach Joni is currently available. That one reminds me a lot of the Fendigraphy bag. I wish it said Coach really big on the bottom. That would have been great. And Coach recently released the sling version of the Juliet in a few different colors and leathers. MZ Wallace also has this Chelsea bag, which has pockets on the ends and one on the front, which is also a really trendy thing right now. A lot of you love Dooney and Bourke. You'll talk to me about them all the time. The Luca is a good crescent-shaped bag from them. I found it in lots of different colors. My favorite was this ostrich look one. I also saw a few patterns. They'll all be linked. And the Dooney and Bourke Sweetie, which is currently half price, comes in several different colors, and it has this little flap with a turn lock, which is very Coach. Kate Spade, you can always count on them for something a little bit different. They have this asymmetrical crescent-shaped bag, and it has a little bum bag that detaches, sort of a bag charm. I don't know if it fits on your wrist or what exactly is up with that, but they have it, and it's a few different colors. They also have this bag that converts from a shoulder bag to a crossbody bag. Oh, and Kurt Geiger. I love Kurt Geiger. They have such great fun designs. They have classic looking bags. They have wild looking bags. They have this Octavia in gold, which across the top right now has these giant stones in these bright colors. So if that's your kind of thing, it's a really cute bag and it's on sale. There's also this Chelsea. Some of them have a leather top handle and some have a chain that's a crossbody. Those come in different colors and textures, and there's a little tiny micro one. I'm also going to put a link where you can find a ton of Kurt Geiger bags right now for a deep discount, like around 50% off. There's some fabulous stuff there and great deals to be had. And then in the most affordable category, which I didn't put price points on these, so some of that Kurt Geiger definitely falls in here too. The Coach Outlet has this bag. They have it in a few colors and textures, but this one was my personal favorite in the quilted denim. And Portland Leather Goods has a few crescent-shaped bags. There's the Nora, which has been out for a couple years now. And then they recently introduced the Koala bag, and both of those come in multiple sizes and many different colors. Those would be under $100 for a full leather bag. Great deal. What do you think of crescent-shaped bags? Have you been hesitant about them like I was? Did you jump right into it? Do you have some? What do you have that you love? Let me know in the comments section below. And while you're down there, remember to check out the links for anything that caught your eye, including my website, autumnbeckman.com/shop for handbags, accessories, and planner pages. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.